Welcome to another of my pick a card reading. So this one is going to be about what is your gifts and talents. So I got 3 piles. The first one is this blue pen, but it's gonna turn green in the first pile because if this blue pen turned green on the first pile, don't mind it, but this is the first pile. And then the second pile is this red pen, and the third pile is this yellow pen. So those are the 3 piles, and this is only a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate, please just leave it. And today in this reading I won't be giving an original poem at the end, so sorry about that. But okay, enjoy the reading. Thank you. Hello pile 1, whoever chose this green pen. Okay, so what are your gifts and talents? I was gonna do 3 cards for 3 gifts and talents and skill, but you got 4 pile 1. So the first is Daughter of Cup, clarified by this card, number 17, Stork. A stork in flight promises delight. A stork in range signals change. Progress, heal pain, drawn from the past, embrace kindness, and new friendship will last. And then you got the 9 of Pentacles with the clarifier, 19. A lone tower, stand confident and secure. Ground your strength in all that is pure. When troubles surround, weakness may come. Problem that abound, you must overcome. And then you got Major Arcana, Death, clarified by number 13, which is also the number of death. Child, when a sweet child smile your way. Innocent, bring joys to fill your day. Friends are many, enemies are few. Embrace a fresh start in all you do. Fresh start. That's like that, right? Transformation. So this one, you got the 8 of Wands and clarified by number 6, Clouds. Clouds brightly shine, strong in precision. Life will be fine with firm decision. Beware of clouds, misty and obscure. Life cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. And then you got the Ace of Wands at the back of your deck. So pile 1, what is your gifts or your skill or your talent? First of all, with the Daughter of Cup, you have a very creative gift, as in you have a lot of fresh idea. With the Stork, yes, you have your gift and skill is that you have a very unique fresh perspective or fresh look on things, kind of even innovative energy. It's like you have a very unique touch on, you have a very signature touch, as in, for example, when you are in a class, in high school or college or whatever, and you have to do a project on an art project, or everyone have to do this art project where you have to build a house, like a carpentry project. This is just an example, and everyone is doing the same kind of carpentry project, like a house, in the same way, the same color, same style. But your talent and skill is, pile 1, is that you would put your own colors in that. Like you would put your own spill on it. You would change up the color, maybe change up the structure. Like there isn't a rule that you have to build that house exactly. Like the project is just to build a house. But pile 1, your gift and skill is that you will make it your own. Anything you do, any art you do, anything you do, you will make it your own. There will be your essence, unique essence in it, and people would recognize your work. Pile 1 is like your work has a unique touch that are recognizable to a lot of people. It's like there's a lot of art account out there, right, in Instagram, and there's so many artists, beautiful, wonderful artists. Your skill part one is that you, out of all those artists, you have very distinct art style and features that make you stand out. Out of all those 1,000 art accounts, that's just an example. So yeah, that's one of your skill part one, is that you stand out with your fresh creative ideas. It's like if there is something that has been done the same way for a long time, your skill part one is that you would be able to transform, change it up, or freshen it up, make it more fresh, more update, I guess, if you could call it that, but more unique. Like, I don't know what example. Oh, okay, I have it. So your skill part one is that, so if you have to do a presentation, right, for your like college class, for example, if you have a project and you have to do a presentation, everyone have to do it in that class, and everyone is doing the same format. This is a normal presentation with normal font and no colors, just information, and just normal presentation. But part one, your gift and your skill is that you would freshen it up, make it unique, make it fresh, colorful. You would put a spin on it. You even might put a song in that presentation, cartoon, draw doodles, animation even. Yeah, you would make the presentation have personality of its own, have its own life essence, its own personality. Yeah, and that presentation is very colorful, very you, not boring, same own presentation at all. Make it fun to watch, to listen to. Yeah, like inclusive as well. Like, yes, inclusive as well, as in when you give a presentation, normally you just like talk and give a presentation and talk about information about what you're talking about. But part one, you would also be very inclusive in your presentation. Like, you would involve the audience, ask them questions, play games even about the information. It's like a quiz about what your presentation about. It's like changing it up, make it a bit different, but still maintain the essence that this is a presentation and we are learning something about this presentation. Yeah, if you get what I mean. So that's your first skip. High one. Very nice, very amazing, very unique. Because people would know your work anywhere. Part one, if you do like creative art, if you do creative works like art, painting, writing, anything, videography, YouTube, you have such a unique spin on it that people would recognize that is you. That's amazing. And yeah, your second gift, high one, is that the 9 Pentacle with this. Like I mentioned, you do have a lot of creative ideas and even hobbies, and your gift and skill and talent is that you can even make it your side hustle. Making a side hustle of your hobby is great. I think that's amazing, but we don't need to make every hobby of ours like a side hustle. There should be one just for ourselves, right? But I think that part one, you have those hobbies that you just do it for fun, for yourself, and you have a lot of hobbies. That's one of your gifts. And you have ones that you actually feel like you can take it further. You can make something out of it, like make a just extra income out of it, and you have this business idea, whatever it is. Yes, that's your gift. You can turn anything into a business, really. It's like if you do YouTube, for example, and you have such a very creative ideas and unique fresh creative process of your YouTube channel, so do it out, and now you become very successful. Now you can earn from it. Yeah, something like that. You do have these gift and skill, Paiwan, to make something out of your hobby, whatever it is, and make it into, yes, you have the ability to be self-employed by Paiwan. I think these gifts really fit you because you don't like doing just normal thing from your first gift and your skill. You like to, freshen up a bit. So that's such an entrepreneurial vibe, like personality trait. So self-employed makes sense. So you have this skill, Paiwan. I don't know if you realize it or not, but you would be a great business owner, great self-employed, like can make a living out of what you're doing. Like if you're doing YouTube, if you're doing painting, if you doing singing, whatever it is, you can make something out of it, make a business out of it. Because to be able to be self-employed or do your own thing take a lot of initiative and a lot of strength in standing alone, as in, you'll be working alone. Like for example, if you have a small business in Etsy, you'll be doing everything alone on your own at the start, because of course when you do these things, that will help. If you do everything by yourself, that will help, like save a lot of costs. So you do the products, of course, like maybe painting, and then you have to take the pictures and then put it up on Etsy and set up the account, even make a website and then promote it in social media. Yes, you have this skill to build something of your own pie too. That's your second skill, to build business out of your creative work. Yes, of your first skill. Let's go hand in hand. That's amazing. I feel like anyone can be an entrepreneur and can own a business, but I believe for the arts kids, like the creative minded people, have more foundation to stand on, if you know what I mean. Like I think there's two types of people who want to start a business. The first one is, of course, business-minded people. They want to start a business. They want to go into a business to earn money, to earn profit, to own something. And there's the second group where they want to start a business, not because they want to start a business, but because they want to do whatever they want, as in they want to create. They want to create their art, and they have to start a business because they want to earn out their art and live sustain on that, so they can continue creating, you know what I mean. So this second group start a business out of their creative project, because it's not because they want to be in business, but because they want to be independent. They want to continue creating without having to worry about other things. Like they just want to give their creative project a chance. And yes, like that example, if you sell your painting, you want to start a business selling your painting. So that's the creative ones. But the business one, they wouldn't do that. They would start go into business, like how to invest. There's two distinct mindset, right? Like you want to own a business, or you want to do your creative project, continue to do your creative project, but make it a business. I think Paiwan, your category fall into the first one, where you do have a lot of creative project and you want to make it into a business, and you do have that skill. Yeah, you do have a business mindset. Combine that with your artistic skill, you make a very good entrepreneur. Yes, combine that with your innovative idea, innovative gift, and your business mind, you make a good entrepreneurial, self-employed business owner. But business owner based on creativities, like you want to own art galleries, you want to open a cafe, you want to sell painting on Etsy, something like that. Very, very personal, as in the business that you want to own is related to your essence, like your baby, your project, your art. It's not just like, oh, I want to start a business, so I'll do any business as long as it's a business. It's not like that. You have your own baby that you want to build into a business. So and you have this strength as entrepreneurial. You have to have this conviction, strength to stand alone, to fight for your ideas, to fight this resilience to lift your creation towards the market, you could say. Yeah. And you must have this belief that you're gonna, like, people gonna buy your painting, like it's amazing, something like that. You must have this kind of belief that it's gonna work, that my creation is covetous, my creation is sellable. I mean, it's amazing in itself, but people would be, yeah, it's a mindset, like people would be happy or glad to buy my painting. That's just an example. So that's an example of like a mindset of entrepreneur. You have to believe in what you create in order to sell it. Okay, that's 2 gifts. 3, your third gift, your skill, is the major arcana. I think this is number 13. So 1344. Embrace a fresh start in all that you do. So this kind of tie on to each other. So you have creative idea, you can make a business, and this death card is about transformation, sudden change even. With the 8 of Wands, like you have a great mindset. Your skill by one is that you have a great mindset, as in if the side hustle or the business you're starting doesn't go your way, or that it didn't work out as you expect, or that it didn't turn out the way that you expect, or it was a failure, or you didn't get successful at it because you didn't make any profit, something like that. It's just an example. Your given skills that you can basically transform the experience into a valuable one. You know, it's not about what happened, it's about what can you do with. It's not about what happened to you, but it's about what you do with that, right? So for example, if like you start a side hustle and it didn't go as planned or as successful, some people would, quit and be like, oh, I'm a failure, my art is, it's not as good, people won't buy it, blah blah blah. They would get discouraged. But I feel like your gift by one is you have this transformative mindset, as in you would look at your experience. I gave an example of a failed business side hustle. Like Paiwan, you would look at that experience and you're like, what can I learn from it? How can I improve it? How can I transform it? Yes, you would take something from it. The lesson, the experience, what didn't work and what did work. And after a while, you would try again. Yes, you wouldn't let the first time or the second time, even the third time, stop you from doing what you want, basically. So that's amazing. It's like you have such a transformative mindset. It's like, it's amazing because this can only be achieved if you are in a level of this perspective can only be achieved if you are in a certain energetic vibration, as in a higher vibration or with a higher perspective. Yeah, because a lot of people, when things don't go their way or the result or the outcome didn't manifest, or didn't come out the way they expect or want or hope for, we can get into a mindset of like, what did I do wrong, or life dream doesn't come true, it's just my idea was stupid, or like, yeah, it's like that we can get into this self-pity mindset, as in why didn't it go my way, why did my business fail, what did I do wrong, why is it my fault, something like that. So we can get into this negative blame or even shaming energy. But Pi 1, your gift is that you are kind of above that, if you could say, as in you do feel sad, you do feel disappointed that the business didn't go as you expect. So that's example. It could be about anything, like you didn't get into this college that you didn't expect, or this relationship didn't work out as you expect, as you hope for, and you do feel like sad and disappointed with that. You do feel all this, the negative per se emotion, but you also have this gift and skill to look at a higher perspective, to look at life in a way that if it's meant for me, it will never, if it's meant for me, I will get it, or like divine rejection is divine protection, something like that. And you don't take it personally. Yes, that's it. You detach from the outcome, as in, oh, my business didn't work. You wouldn't, take it upon yourself and feel, is it me? Is it my fault? What did I do wrong? Or blame the world. No, you would look at it in a objective view and take what worked with your business that was working, and see a way to improve what didn't work, and try again, and look back on your experience as a valuable lesson that you learn, instead of a mistake, or instead of a failure, instead of embarrassing moment, embarrassing path. No, that's your gift, Pi 1. You have a very mature outlook, you could say. It's like, it didn't work out, it's not my fault, it just wasn't time, or there's just something that needs to be improved, which I will implement that in my next idea, or my next business, or even my next relationship, or we just didn't work out because ABC, and I know that now. So next time when I get into a relationship, I would work on that. Or yeah, Pi 1. So that's your third gift, and I would say with a major arcana, that's the biggest gift you have, and it's such a good gift to have, because you wouldn't mind like starting again, doing the thing that you want to do. It's like some people went after their dream, right? Like they have a dream and they go after the dream once and it didn't work out, and they would quit and stop going after their dream, and would take on this mindset that dream don't come true. I tried, it didn't work for me. But Pi 1, you have this such great perspective, as in, well, you tried that way, have you tried another way, and it didn't work for you doesn't mean it won't ever come true. That's your perspective. We just have to do it another way, or we can try again later, or change it up a bit. Yeah, this is such a nice perspective to have, Pi 1, because it's like, yeah, like fresh perspective. It's like, we can do it again, we can try again. Like we have infinite chances to try again, to big thing in life, or even little thing. Like if you start knitting, right, and you start knitting a sweater, like you want a sweater and you start knitting a sweater, and then in the middle of it you're like, did something wrong, I guess something went wrong, and the pattern changed. It can't be a sweater, you wouldn't go like, oh, I ruined my sweater, it's such a pain, now I can't make a sweater because I ruined the pattern or I did something wrong. No, like with this gift pie one, you would like, oh, it's not turning out as I expect, it's not gonna be a sweater, but maybe I can make something out of it. Let's make it a scarf or something. Yeah, that's your biggest gift pie one. It's such a good gift to have, to still get something out of an experience, even though that experience didn't turn out the way you want. Big experience or small experience, like knitting sweater, or big experience as in, starting a business and it didn't go as you want. Yeah. Okay, pie one. For your last gift, you have more gift than 4, of course, but I'm just gonna do the main one that came out. Your last gift is 8 of Wands. Yes, with the clown. Your last gift is that your idea you have a gift of a lot of ideas, like I mentioned, and they come out of nowhere. They come out like lightning, very fast. Yeah, I will give you an example. It's like, I'll give you an example again with the college class. It's like, you have a project, your teacher, professor give you a project and a brief, and you have to follow that brief. You have to do this for this project, and people like your classmate would go like, oh, I need a week to think about it. I need, 3 days. I need to go research. I need time to come up with something. And your gift part is that you would have an idea just like that. You would read the brief. You're like, oh, this project, this art need to be about this ABC, and you're like, oh, I got it. That I have an idea, and you go and create your idea. Yes. Lightning fast, you could say, like you have a lightning fast idea, you have a lightning fast creative solution. Oh, like I previously gave an example of the sweater, like you were knitting a sweater and something went wrong. Now it's a scarf. It's exactly like this, like all these tied together in a way. Honestly, yeah, you have such a fast revelation, you could say. It could be about creative idea, creative solution, art ideas. Like, oh, if you're a YouTuber, like other YouTuber would be like, oh, I have no idea what video I'm gonna do next, like I'm running out of idea. But no, by one, you wouldn't. You were like, oh, I got it, I know what I'm gonna film. Oh, I have a lot of idea for my channel, like I'm not running out of idea anytime soon. That's you, by one. You just have a solution or an idea just like that. It could be about creative work, definitely, but it could be about other things as well. Like revelation is like, if you're going through something, right? Like another example, if you have a relationship and it didn't go as you expect, you would ask like, oh, why didn't that relationship work out for me? What's the problem there? And you would get your answer right away. Like you would get clarity right away. Oh, it's because of this ABC. We didn't work out because he have a lot to work through, and I also do have this to work through ABC. That's why we wasn't compatible and the relationship didn't work out. Yeah, it is kind of logical and analytical, but it's not you couldn't even say it's rational, because it's all like more of compassion and understanding for the situation and the outcome, rather than like being analytical, being rational, being logical about it. It's more like, oh, I understand, like compassion point of view. So yeah, that's your fourth gift pie one. You just know right away what is wrong, as in like another example is like you're just painting something, and you go like, this painting it's nearly finished, but it needs a little something, and then right away you're like, oh, I know what it needs, and you just fill in that blank right away. Yes. Another example. I'm sorry I'm giving you a lot of example. It's just how I can explain the gifts well. Another example would be like if someone come to you for an advice, like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm writing this book, or yeah, I'm writing this book and I want you to help me look over it. Do you think it's what do you think of it? And they're like, oh, I think I'm still missing something, but I don't know what it is. Can you help me? And Taiwan, you would be able to help, as in right away. You could say, it's like, oh, you would look over that person's book and you're like, oh, this you would give them such a sound advice, exactly what they needed. You would go like, oh, your book, it's amazing, but I think you need to change this a bit more and have this a bit more, something like that. Yes, if you understand that one, that example is something like that. You would know what it needs. Like I gave an example of a presentation, you would know that it need a little bit of freshness, colors, animation, inclusion, not just boring own presentation where everyone tune it out. Yes, you would bring it to life. You would make it better, make it finish, make it become its own with your lightning fast idea, lightning fast solution, creative solution. So yeah, Taiwan. Those are your 4 gifts, and you do have a lot more, but these 4 are amazing gifts to have Taiwan, and I can see that they all tie together, like linked together, and that would make you such an amazing entrepreneurial, amazing creative, amazing person, honestly, with such a wide range of perspective in business and in art. Taiwan, I'm sorry that I'm not gonna give an original poem in this reading, but I am gonna give words. So I'm gonna write 3 words with this pen that you choose. 3 words based on your gifts and skill. Oh, 4 actually, because you got 4 cards. So number 1 is 4 words to describe your gifts and skill. First one is creative solution. Number 2 is okay. 2 is entrepreneurial. I need to look it up because I don't know how to spell it. Entrepreneurial. And then number 3 is higher perspective. And then number 4 is, you could say, lightning clarity. Yeah, so those are 4 words to describe your gifts, Part 1. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you resonate, please don't forget to comment. I want to know what you think. And thank you. Bye bye. Hello, Pi 2. Whoever chooses this red pen. So, what are your gifts and talent? You got 4 cards. The first is the Son of Swords, clarified by this card number 28. Gentlemen, this principal card shows a man tired and true. This principal card shows a man tried and true, held high in regard. He tells fortune for you, and upon your behest, if the cards are read well, the worst and the best the cards will foretell. Okay, and then you got the Ace of Wands, clarified by number 36, cross. A cross weeps pain, historically sad. A distance too close mean tiding are bad. Suffering increases when the cross is near, but burden can lift if you persevere. And then you got this card, 10 of Cups, clarified by number 30, Lilies. Lilies are white, green leaves surround. The outlook is bright and passion will abound. When this card rests higher, it means good disposition. The card resting lower is the Taoist position. And then you got Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords, clarified by number 6, Clouds. Clouds, brightly shine, strong in position. Life will be fine with firm decision. Beware of clouds, misty and obscure. Life cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. Yeah, so that's all your cards. Repeating number. This is number 10 if you add 2 and 8, so 10, 10. And this is number 36 and 30 and 6, so 36, 36 might be significant. Okay, Paju, your gift and talents are, I'm gonna start from this side, which is weird because usually I start this side, but I'm calling to start on this side with the Daughter of Swords and Clouds. Okay, Paju, your gifts and talent. You can see through lies, or you can detect if someone is lying or someone is not telling you the full truth. Honestly, that might be a psychic gift, but it's like you just have a knowing that that person is lying to you, or they're not telling you the whole truth, and you just have this knowledge. You could call it a clear cognizance. So by 2, you might have a clear cognizance, as in you would be able to tell if something is true or not. In a small scale, like a white lie between friends, or a big scale, like if like a contract, even like if someone come at you with a contract and they're telling you all these great deals like insurance or car dealer or whatever, you can feel that there's something missing. You can feel that they're not filling a gap. There's a gap, and you can feel that what they're offering you is not the whole truth. And you can, most of the time, I think you keep this knowledge to yourself, like, oh, this person is lying, or this is not the whole truth. So you keep it to yourself most of the time, and continue to keep an eye out for what you're feeling. Like if you know this person is lying, you wouldn't like straight away call them out, oh, you're lying to me. No, you would keep that in mind, and then the truth will reveal itself to you later. Yeah, you might have a lot of incidents like this. It's like, another example is like if your friend lied to you that they were sick, so they couldn't come see you, and you know that's a lie, but you wouldn't push, you wouldn't like accuse them or tell them that you know it's a lie. You would just keep it to yourself, and then you heard later that friend went somewhere else, and she wasn't sick, she went somewhere else with someone else. So yeah, you would know the truth. You know that the truth will always find you and be revealed to you. So yep, hi. 2, that's one of your gift, and that's a great gift, honestly, because it's impossible to lie to you. Like it can also be applied to yourself, like you're very honest to yourself and other, and it is impossible to lie to yourself as well. You know, sometimes you just don't want to accept or admit some feelings, but you're like, oh, I know I'm lying to myself right now. Yeah, it could be something like that. So that's one of your gifts. Pie 2. The second one is the 10 of Cups. Another one of your gifts is seem to be self-sufficient, as in you are empowered enough to know that you have the ability to fill all your cups. Yeah, this is such a great mindset to have in life, honestly, to be able to take anything from the experience. If, for example, if you have a painful experience or something didn't go as expect or plan, you have the ability to still make something out of it, like specific example. So if you go traveling abroad or something and something went wrong, like your baggage were lost, or you guys were lost in a foreign country, instead of being like down about it or anxious or sad, I think you have the ability to make that moment a fulfilling one, like turn it around into a fun experience, into a lesson, into a great time, honestly, that you wouldn't forget. You would look back and like, oh, that was such a great experience, even though at the time it wasn't. But you have this ability to do it. Pi 2, this gift is amazing one to have in life, because it's like looking at the cup half full instead of half empty. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that would be your ability, Pi 2. And you also have the ability to fulfill things that are missing, like the truth in this one. Like you can tell if someone is not fulfilling the whole truth. You can see a gap in the story, you can see a gap in the contract or whatever, you just know. And this one as well, like if you show up somewhere, or join some place, like if you join a new workplace, for example, you would be able to see what need to be fulfilled, like what needed at that workplace to make it more fun, make it more comfortable, make it more safe, you could even say. Yeah, make it more fulfilling. You would be able to have that. And it might not even be like a physical thing, it might just be energetic. You know what energy to bring to the table to make it complete. Yeah, so if you show up in a new environment, new workplace, or even your friend group, for example, like you would be able to come in as an energy that would make the whole group succeed, as in like make it complete, make the energy like a 10 of cup, right? Make the energy fulfilling, great, lift up the atmosphere, something like that. Yeah, so your gift, this one might just be your energy, Pi 2, or your perspective in life, or your glass half full instead of empty attitude. That is a gift, honestly, because it's hard to have this kind of mindset when sometimes you're just not feeling it. But I guess you have this gift, Pi 2. You might do it unconsciously, like you might just step into a room and just unconsciously, reflectively go like, oh, and this room need a little bit of this energy, or need a little bit of living up or something. Or this gift of yours, you can turn it on or off, or you can be conscious of when you're using it. But yeah, that would be for like some of you, if you're using this gift consciously or unconsciously or not, I don't know. It's just the gift you have. I too, for your third gift is the someone with the cross. Yes, another gift of yours could even be similar to this one. It's like you have the ability to know what you need to bring something to a completion. Oh, sorry, I have to come back to this one. It could be energetically, like I mentioned, but it could also be in the physical. Like if you like in a meeting and someone is presentation a project, and you would be able to know that, oh, this project you're presenting is amazing, but it needs a little bit of something to be complete. Yes, 10 of Cups is about completion, so you know what to finish something off in a wholesome way, like if you are doing a YouTube video, for example, like you doing your YouTube video and you have the ability to finish it off in a way that feel complete, feel like a good ending to a movie, you know. If you were a movie pie too, you would be a very satisfaction movie, like a movie that end and the audience would feel like, oh, this satisfied with it, you know. They wouldn't feel like, oh, there's a cliffhanger, or you wouldn't feel like a waste of time watching that movie, or feel like the ending is not satisfying, the ending is irritating something. No, it's just a weird example, but if you were a movie pie too, you would be a very satisfaction ending for a movie, like yeah, if you get that. Okay, sorry, let's get back to this one. It's a one like ending and beginning. This is like a beginning card, so you have the ability to start anew. Yes, I think you have such a great gift or talent, or even attitude pie too. You have a great attitude in life with the 10 of Cups and this as well. You might be a psychic as well, because like this is clear cognizant, and this is, you could even say, energy work, and this is about renewal, like starting something new. Yes, you have a very resilient energy, a renewal energy, as in no matter what you go through, no matter what happened, you always come back stronger. That's your gift, and that's your talent pie too. I don't know if you noticed, but this reminds me of like a phoenix rising from their ashes. It's hard to kill you, like not physically, it's like energetically extremely hard to bring you down. Like people would try, yes, they would try to lie to you, they would try to make you an outcast, just an example, or play my game, like passive aggressive game with you, or like try to dim your life in general, like shame you. I don't know, just an example. But you wouldn't, your gift and talent pie too is that you wouldn't, it would have an effect on you, but not for long, you know. You would come back stronger. You would alchemize and transmute energy. Yes, I could say this is an alchemization of energy. I can feel that this card is like an alchemization, magician. You would alchemize the negative energy that throw at you, and you will make it into something new. Like an example, like personal example. Yes, I went through a lot of negative experience in family area, like not good childhood, and instead of letting that like become my womb, I alchemize it into a renew, something beautiful, and that is my poetry. Yes, I wrote a lot of poetry based on my experience and transmute those negative experience into a beautiful poem. Yes, something like that. Another one is, I give this example a lot, is like when you go through a breakup, a negative experience, you transmute it or alchemize it into something beautiful, like a love song, a book, a poem. Yeah, you have this energy pie too to alchemize things into something new. Like that thing once was something negative, something painful, something ugly, something that people wouldn't even look at. You would alchemize it into something beautiful, something magical, something the world has never seen. Yes, yeah, like an artist's energy, right? Artists love to transcend their emotion or their painful experience into art, like me with my poetry, and an artist with a song. And you might have something like that part too. You might be an artist like painting, you might write a book, write stories, yeah, make a video, like, yeah. Okay, pie 2. Your last gift is the Sun of Swords with this principle. Yeah, you have the ability to give sound advice, I guess. Yeah, you might be in a position where you can help other. If not, then your gift and talent high too is that you might not know this, but people might see you as a trustworthy person, a person with in a high regard. You can see in here who people can come to for advice and help and objective view and advice. Yes, a sound advice or a useful one that they know is for their best interest, one that they know that you might be you are a very honest person, Pi too, and you have, I think, straight moral, if you could call it that. Like you have a trustworthy energy, yes, and you feel, I guess, safe to people to open up to and come for advice, because you do have the gift and talent to give a great advice to people, like objective view. You wouldn't be biased just because that person is your friend, or you wouldn't be self-interest in a situation. If you're wrong, if you are in the wrong, you would admit that and hold yourself accountable for that. Like, people know you are this type of person. That's amazing, Paitu. And and when your friend, even your coworker that you're not even like close to, if you have a coworker that, for example, they would even come to you for advice, and you're like, wow, this person must really trust me to come for advice, and they do, because even though they're not close to you, they can see that you are a good person to come to talk to ask about like the problem, because you feel like you are very reliable, and you have, I don't know, you just have this energy of like, I have the ability to solve problem and solution. Yeah, you might work in some place like that. You might work as just an example, a lawyer, a counselor, a psychologist, or someone with great advice, even a tarot reader. Yeah, you might work in this area. Or if not, you're just a type of person that people see as a good advisor, really. Yeah, like if your friend want to know the truth, right, about a situation, they would come, for example, they would come to you and they were like, give me the truth, and I will listen to you, because I know you always said what needed to be said, even though the thing that needed to be said might not be as nice, and you do, because I think you know that it's even more harmful to continue like lying to yourself about something, or continue to say you know that if it's even more harmful to continue like omit information or being sugar-coated on words to people. If, like, just an example, if you notice that your friend is dating someone toxic, you would tell them as it is, even though you know that your friend would, essentially hate you for that, or even resent you for bursting the bubble or something like that. Yes, you would be the type of friend that would work for the greater good, you could say, like have your best interest in mind, even if the person you have your best interest in mind for don't have it for themselves, you still would do the right thing. So that's your gift, Pi. Two, that's an amazing gift, very reliable. Like if I were your friend, I would come to you for a sound advice, for like an objective view. It's like, if I have a problem with for example, if I have a problem with my relationship, I would come to you and ask like, am I the problem or are they the problem? And I know you wouldn't sugarcoat it. You would tell it to me straight, like, oh, maybe you were too ABC, and yeah, something like that. And you do have this ability and this like aura of like reliable, but doesn't mean you have to, just like this gift of the truth doesn't mean you have to give it away to everyone. So if you feel like, if a lot of people come to you for advice and you feel like drained, you feel like you don't want to get involved, you can say no. You don't have to like give this gift to people. Like, these are your gifts and it's yours, so it doesn't mean like you have to share your gift to everyone. It's your gift, so you can do whatever you want. If you don't feel like sharing your gift today, you don't feel like fulfilling like an energetic hole in that group, then don't. Yeah, you do have the ability, but if you don't feel like it, you don't have to. And if you feel like this person is lying to you and you're just too tired to actually find out the truth, just let it go. You don't have to, use your gift. But yeah, pie 2, those are your gifts. Your 4 main gifts. I was gonna pull 3, but 4 came out, and of course you have more than 4, but these are your main 4, and I hope you like it. I'm sorry I'm not gonna give my original poem for this reading, but I'm gonna give 4 words to describe your gift with the pen you chose. The first is this one. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start on this end. The first is the first gift is lies detector, and the second one is a wholesome energy. The third is, the eighth one would be alchemy. Fourth one is sort of the advisor. So these are the 4 words you could say that describe your gifts and talent pie 2. And yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope that resonates. Bye bye. Hello pie 3, whoever chose this yellow pen. So your gift and talent is, you got 3 cards. The 9 of Wands, clarified by this number 21, mountain. Confront the mountain as you would a fierce foe. To avoid your defeat, strike hard the first blow. This clear obstacle is a chance to succeed. Courage and persistence are all you will need. Okay. 10 of Swords, clarified by number 17, stork. A stork in flight promises delight. A stork in range signals change. Progress heals pain drawn from the past. Embrace kindness and new friendship will last. And 5 of Cups, clarified by number 29, Lady. This charming woman with flowers in hand, as with the gentleman her cards will command. The fortune reveal once the cards have been placed, unveil the fate that destiny trace. So number 9, 10, and 5. So pie 3, gifts and talent, is that for the 9 of Wands. Your gift and talents, the clarification really goes with each other, because when you think of mountain, you think of a big obstacle, right? Like, to get over a mountain means you have to get over like a big obstacle in life, and to be able to do that, you need perseverance and persistent and determination, basically. So one of your gifts, pie 3, is that your strength is in your perseverance. You have a gift of perseverance, basically, like strong determination. You would be the type to fight for a long time for what you believe in, what you want, because you have a strong reason, like a strong foundation. So you have a base. You know, like if you imagine this like a stairs, and before you step up the stair towards like a dream or whatever, before you step up that stairs, you are the type of person to reaffirm to themselves or confirm to themselves what are the reason why you are going up there in the first place. So you have a strong reason on why you do the thing you do, and that's your gift, to able to not lose sight of what's important. Basically, it's like you have a gift of, again, perseverance. You can fight, you can work, you can go on for a long time towards something because you hone the reason why you do in the first place there in your heart. Like, for example, your gift is to always remember the reason why you start something. Like, for example, if you start a YouTube channel and along the journey, of course, it's like a given, right, that everyone would lose themselves in that journey, or like forget why they're doing something in the first place. Like people, you starting YouTube because you love making videos, just having fun making videos and, you know, expressing yourself. But along the way, a lot of people might lose themselves in the grind, you know, like for the money or for the like or for the views. Yeah, like making video for the view instead of the real reason why you start making YouTube in the first place. That's just an example. So your gift come in handy by your gift come in handy by 3, because you, even if you like lose yourself in the journey, you still more than average would be able to come back and reaffirm to yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Because once you lose yourself to the journey, right, a lot of people would, you know, give up or like stop doing what they're doing because they see no point. Because the sustainable part of doing something is a genuine liking for that thing. So if someone like do YouTube because they want view or money or they want to be famous, they wouldn't be able to do it for long. You know, it won't be sustainable for them because they will grow to hate what they're doing, because what they're doing is not in line with their truest desire. But you, Pi 1, if you ever fall into that kind of energy, you would be able to realign yourself basically and come back to the start and like remind yourself, like, for example, I'm doing YouTube because I like making video and having fun expressing myself. I'm not doing it for like or validation. And when you come back to that energy, you'll be able to, you know, continue doing what you love for a long time and have fun doing it as well. So yeah, this is a great gift because if you are aligned and doing what you love, you will be a pretty like you will go pretty far basically. Yeah, if there's something that need this quality like perseverance and dedication and determination, you would go pretty far. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, I got an example. So specific example is like, this would be great to apply to an athlete. So like not everyone can be an athlete because it requires like dedication, determination, stamina, also like grind or repetitive routine, like, right, you have to train every day, and you have to basically love what you do and be passionate. So not everyone can be an athlete, like a pro athlete. So your characteristic would make you a great pro athlete by 3. So that's just an example. So if you're thinking of, if you want to run a marathon for some reason, I think you would be a great like fit for it. Just a thought. Okay, so that's your first gift. Your second gift is 10 of Swords with this clarification. So this gift of your pie 2 would be, this gift of yours pie 3 would be a great gift in an emergency, basically, or in a dead end. Like 10 of Swords is about everything going wrong, you could say, or like there's no way out, those kind of thoughts. So this gift is great to have pie 3 because you would be able to find a light at the end of the tunnel, you would say. Like, for example, I just get this example, like if something going wrong in your life, like everything from, like, just an example, okay, extreme example, like everything is going wrong, like you're losing your job, your relationship's not going well, friendship not going well, you got a health scare, and it's just not your day or your month. Like, that's like everything in your life is like really, really wrong. So that's just an extreme example. Your gift pie 3 is that normal people, like, everyone basically would have given up, you could say, would have like get defeated in that energy. It's like, wow, the world must want to put me down or something. So your gift pie 3 is that you would see a way out of those position you're in, no matter what it is. Like, I gave such an extreme example, but it could be like small, like, oh, something didn't work out, and the perception is that it's impossible to change it. Like, for example, if you fail an exam in college, and the average person would panic and feel like, feel like there's no way out of this, there's no remedy. You have a great, despite the 10 of Swords pie 3, you have a great mindset, as in you will see a way out, even if the way, especially when it doesn't seem like there's a way out. So that is a talent, you know what I mean? It's like when an average person would look at the environment or position and say, like, it's impossible to get out of this, it's impossible to come out of this, or it's impossible to win, when the odds are against you. Okay, let me think of an example. So I'm going to give another extreme example. Please don't take it. I just want to give an example, like, to this energy, but it's an extreme example, and I don't think it's applied to anyone, but it explains the energy well. It's like if someone, got into an accident, like, it's just an example, and they can't function with their legs. If their leg doesn't function, and the doctor would go, like, it would take you years, or it would be near impossible to walk again, something like that. It's just an extreme example. Please don't, like, I don't think this applies to anyone. I'm just giving an example of this energy. You would be the type to go, well, yeah, with it's even tied to this one, your first gift. You would ignore the statistic, basically, and you would have hope in that circumstance. You would be able to walk again, basically, because you believe that you could. And you work towards it. So it's like, I'm just getting this gift and talent of a person who has been told, like, it's impossible, you can't do it, this is a dead end, like, you can't win, like, there's no way out. I don't know, it's just, yeah, that's the scenario. And your gift pie 3 is that whenever you are put in that position, you have such a strong willpower or strong belief that doesn't matter, I'm still gonna persevere, I'm still gonna go on, and I still see light at the tunnel. So yeah, it's like this one as well. It's like there's a strong faith in you, pie 3, in something. I don't know what it is. Maybe in the universe, in the divine, in yourself, in your loved ones, whatever it is, you have a strong belief to keep going in front of obstacle or in front of dead end. Yeah, basically that's a great gift, because it's like describe life really well. Honestly, life is full of obstacle, and life is full of perceived dead end. Yeah. Oh, another example is like, oh, how are you gonna graduate when you're like 40? It's just an example. It's like you're already 40. Why you're not gonna get your master? Like that's impossible. Like it isn't been done. It's near impossible to do that, something like that. Like if the statistic is against you, is the current is against you, if the second is against you, pi 3, it seems like you take it into consideration, but you wouldn't stop doing what you want to do anyway. You would go for that master at 40 years old, just an example. Even if people are telling you it's impossible or statistically it's not been done, you go like, yeah, like that might be the statistic, but I'm still gonna do it because I have faith in myself and I have hope in myself that I can do it. Like, or the sword piercing this, I think it's a bull. It's like, you can't do it, it's impossible, it's a dead end, there's no solution. And just piercing this bull, and you do get affected by them, but you still go for it because I think you have a philosophy that if you don't try, you never know, or it's better to rather regret going for your dream than regret not going for your dream, because you know that when you go for your dream or do things you want to do, Patri, you won't regret it, no matter the outcome. No matter if you go for it and you didn't get what you want, you still feel satisfied that you try. Yeah, that's your second gift, pi 2, 9 and 10. Very amazing gift. You're a fighter, pi 3. I think pi 2 was a survivor, so like pi 3, your pi is definitely a fighter. That's your gift, your talent. You're a fighter till the end. So your last gift is 5 of Cups with number 29. Pi 3. This gift really, like, I kind of touch on it on this gift as well as when I said that you have philosophy of, rather not regretting, as in you would regret not going for your dream, but you're confident that if you would definitely regret not going for your dream, but you would be confident that when you go for your dream, no matter the outcome, you won't regret it, because the important thing is you try, right? So that is tied to this gift as well, pi 3, is that you can basically get over grief or regret really not fast per se, but very thoroughly, as in your gift is that you give yourself time to mourn things that didn't work, yeah, or you don't dwell on it. Yes, it's all tied together. You don't sit there and regret your decision that you was in that relationship, or you did that thing. I think it's hard for you to regret when you do what you want to do. It's like how can you regret a decision? For example, how can you regret like dating that person when you like them, even though at the end it didn't work out or turn out well? Like a lot of people would blame themselves and blame the other person and go like, I regret dating you, or we shouldn't have been together in the first place. There's a lot of those energy, but pi 3, I think you're very clear of the energy in a way. Like you feel sad and you do grieve the relationship, but regret is something that hard to come by, I guess. Pi 3, the most you regret is what you didn't do. It's like, I like that person, but I didn't like go and ask them out because I was too scared, you would regret that more than go and ask that person out and it didn't work, the relationship didn't work out as you expect. That's fine. You're definitely not gonna regret that because you actually try to do something. So you kind of the action person, I guess, as in you would not regret action, but definitely regret inaction. Yeah, because you know that inaction is also a type of action that you will regret. If you get what I mean. So yeah, so with the 10 of Swords as well, like you don't mind ending thing as well as not to leave regret. Like if, for example, you would know that it's time to end a relationship with someone because you just feel it. It's just like this is the end of the relationship because you don't, align anymore. It doesn't spark joy when you're together. So you find it easier than other people to accept that truth and have a conversation of breaking up with someone. Yeah, when you come to that conclusion by 3 of you have to end things, you take it really well. Honestly, you would be a great person to fire someone. Honestly, it's like that's a gift, that's a talent. Not anyone can do confrontation like that. Not anyone can deliver bad news. So your gift by 3 is you can deliver bad news really well. You would be a great person to fire someone. It's like you know what to say, you know how to say it. Yeah, if there's a bad news that you have to deliver, people would give it to you to do it. It's like if you're in a friend group and there's something that you have to tell that friend, the friend group would nominate you to tell that friend the bad news. So yeah, I don't know, you just have this gift, this talent of explaining why things must end, explaining why things didn't work out, and the grief and the relief and the pain, regret that come with it. Yeah, I really don't know this one. I'm really sorry, but I just get that you just be a great person to deliver bad news. Yeah, you would know what to say if you have to reject someone as well. Yes, people wouldn't even feel offended or bad if you were the one delivering the news, because you just take it in a way that make them feel like it wasn't a fail. You know what I mean? I would go for example, if you are a manager, I guess, in a company and you have to let this employee go and you go to deliver the bad news and you just sit them down, being very personal, and you talk them through about why this has to happen, and you giving them the point, I guess, on why this has to they have to let you go and how incredibly valuable that employee is to the company, and you would give them hope. Yes, with this you would give them hope, you would give them fighting spirit, you would root for them even though you have to fire this employee. Let this example, this employee go, you would walk them through what they need to do or what's next, that they give them option for next. You can recommend them to another company, or this person, or you can just ask them what they want. Do they want to rest after this, or or the benefit? Yeah, it would be a great I don't know, you just have that energy and that gift. That is a gift, Padre. That is very specific but very amazing gift. If you have to break up another one, if you have to break up with someone, example, if you have to break up with a person you're in a relationship with because it doesn't work out, if I were that person that you're breaking up with, in a way, and how you say it to me, I would feel not angry at all. I would feel like, wow, thank you for, telling me this, delivering this message, being honest with me, and I don't know, I would thank you for, breaking up with me basically. So it's so weird. This is such a great and very specific gift by tree. I'm very confused with this one, so let me know if you resonate with this gift. Okay. 3. I am sorry I'm not gonna give an original poem on this reading, but I am gonna give you 3 words that describe your gift with the pen that you chose. So the first one is this 9 of Wands. So would be gift of strong belief. 2 is the 10 of Swords. It's like gift of, this one is also strong faith. And 3, 5 of Cups is gift of acceptance. Okay, those are your 3 words to describe your gift by tree. And let me know what you think. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.